we will be reviewing Maisson.
First thing you see from the lift is that we have all this utility like the fire hose and the fire bell, things like that. But credits to the developer trying to hide this by using some artistic thingy here at the lift lobby. So something to note is the number of lifts serving per. Oh, I just almost got clamped. Is to know how many lifts serving per floor, and mostly new buyers don't really know that. One note to take right is every time you need to be aware of the brightness of the corridor. Okay. So another thing to take note is actually the corridor width. We are now in a 1385 square feet unit, and this is according to the courtesy of the agent showing us this. Wow. So some not so good things is obviously the overlooking, where you must have curtains. And I like the open layout though. Once you open the room, once you open the door, you can actually feel everything. You can see from head to tail, everything. Right? The swimming pool view is actually very nice. It's a 50-meter lap pool, but that only applies to swimmers. For me, it doesn't really matter. Right? And sources mentioned that that piece of land right there might be an international school. Right? Now we are at the master bedroom. You can see by the ID, right? These are actually done by people in the industry for quite some while. Right, where you have decorative stuffs and things like that. This is because their intention is to rent the unit out, and furnishing actually gives people the idea of completion and staying there, right? And this is actually the next unit, which might be a problem for me in terms of privacy. Okay, but kudos to the developer in their decorative manners. You look at the M, things like that. Okay, so overall, nothing to pick about because it's furnished, right? Maybe we can go to a unfurnished unit later. And if you look at the bathroom, it's okay. Where you see it's quite small. A trick is to use a sliding door, which actually saves a lot of space compared to a normal lift door that swings. Okay. Being mentioned that the ceiling height is relatively lower, but because of the sufficient daylighting, you don't actually feel that. That's where we concluded in our previous episodes that daylight actually matters in enhancing the size and quality of the space. So this is the kitchen counter. Going on to the cabinets and the yard and the workspace. Modern people like youngsters don't usually pay attention to yard, where they don't actually know the space to put their washing machines, and people like us don't cook. So I'm not sure whether is this being provided or is this add-ons. Okay. And one good thing is there's a lot of windows, but there might be another cost for curtains and blinds like this. So one good thing about this unit, right, is when you have the entrance, when you come in, you directly see the living and the dining immediately, and you look to your right, you get the white space as well as the kitchen and yard, right? This design I really like it because the units are actually hidden on the left, where you need to actually pay attention to go and find for them. Okay, this is very suitable for those who can afford privacy. And yeah, we are now in the Sky Garden. So if you can see, if you notice, right, everything is in very bright colors like purple and cyan and orange. This was the color trend 3 to 5 years ago. And you can see there's 5 blocks, 2, 3, 4, and including us. Okay, and maybe we should go to that Sky Garden, you can see a better view. But anyway, just to take a look around, a clear observation would be there are no more empty lands in the surrounding. Means that all are landed, you can see. Therefore, unobstructed view is real, and clearly you can see the entire Ara Damansara, which is very green, and they were one of the first township planners, right? And that's Tropicana already, you can see. So in overall, if you notice, it's all landed properties, therefore you get the horizons. Also some common knowledge, right? You will notice that why aren't there any high rises around the area? It's because Subang airport is actually just around there, right? And this will have restrictions on the building height, therefore you get this amazing horizon view. And if you can see very clearly, once it's crossed a certain boundary, high rises starts popping up. Okay, so something to take note of. Therefore, being a high rise in Ara Damansara is actually quite nice compared to Mont Kiara and other places. And one thing to note is that this project actually comes with history, which means that it was abandoned before. Therefore, it was block 1 and so there's block 1 to 5 in this project, and block 1 to 4 was constructed earlier. Therefore, a new developer came over and took over the project and built block 5, which they call a premium block because of the difference. Okay, so that's why there's a difference in pricing. So when you look into the listing of other property portals or their separate agents, right, you can always ask is which block comes first. Okay. Also to take note that in different floors, in one particular block, there's different floors with different number of units. Meaning on the lower parts, there's like I think the maximum is like 10 units per floor, until the higher one you have 6, then you have 4. This becomes a difference when you come to the lift per floor ratio, as we mentioned before in our episodes. Of course, it's easier to get a lift when you are on the higher floors lah. Okay. Hey guys, we are now in the retail area, and you can see a lot of works are ongoing. This only means good news lah, where you know when people actually business that actually comes to the place and they have their own requirements on spaces. This actually means they are working on it. And check
check out the lights. I like the lights. So another good thing about a retail, right, is actually the circulation, where residents can actually go in right straight up, and the users of the retail can actually just come through this part of the traffic, right? So it's not an obstruction, and it's pretty cool if next time you stay in the area, people will just call you up and meet you up downstairs, right? Yeah. Okay guys, we are in the facility deck and you can see the swimming pool. Not bad, right? But just some knowledge, right? It's actually built elevated, meaning it's actually cheaper to do so. And the function room, guess where's the gym? The gym is above. Show you guys something cool. Okay, so this playground is relatively new, where you can get kids do wall climbing and fall. Of course, there's an anti-concussion mat. Okay, as well we have the slide that goes on to the rolling the skating board thingy, right? And there's a lot of green space. There's a lot of green space around, and you have hammocks, you have gym, you have the pool. But one thing to take note, right, if you are buying the unit facing the pool, it might look cool, but when it gets Maria, right, where it gets a lot of people, it will actually create that echo effect, where if you're a problem of kids shouting at each other, then that might be a problem. But for me, it's okay, no issues. And if you can judge by the hair, right, my hair right now, right, it's very windy in this area. So somewhat the buildings does not actually block the ventilation, and you look at the gym right there. Okay, and there are some ground units where I would be dying to see though. That is if you don't mind people overlooking your unit and privacy and things like that. Okay, ciao. The three good things about the project: number one, the location, which is very serene, very peaceful, and that gives you opportunity for commercial growth. And when the grocers actually kicks in and the retail space are up, there will be room for capital appreciations. Number two, the facility deck is killing it, where you have a lot of blue space and green space, as you can see, and we really loved it. It actually takes you away from the high density feel of the units. And number three is the price, because not many people know the value of this space right now, because it's an abandoned project. Therefore, it's an opportunity to grab, guys. Now for the three bad things, number one is I wish that the ceiling height was a bit higher, and it's a bit claustrophobic if you put a lot of ceiling fans. Okay, number two is the toilets are a bit small, but thankfully they put in the innovation of sliding doors to not make it feel so crampy. And last of all is that the facade designs are a bit old. Like you can see the curvy part, which is a bit old school, but you can't blame them because it was a project that is taken over. So kudos to the new developer, new fields and creating. So I'm right behind the premium block. Sean, will you buy? Hell yeah.